You're watching us here on Mad About Markets, where we're discussing the potential of India's EdTech sector, the challenges and the opportunity out here as well. It's Ritu and me, and we talk about what? Yays and mays.
Yes.
So let's get both these laptops open, and me, as always, will stick with the yays side. Ritu, you know, the biggest yay is that barring the initial cost of setup, it's not capital intensive.
Sure, it's not. But, you know, do your parents want to send you to a traditional school, or would they rather send you to an online school? The bias very much is towards traditional.
My parents are just happy that I went to school. But you know what? Speaking about that, we have a large population, and the large customer base is the biggest yay.
Well, speaking about large, remember you were talking about 4,500 startups. I mean, they're mushrooming in every gully in India, right? So, huge competition in this space.
So, when there is huge competition, the best thing is differentiate your product. So, you have catering to different needs coming in from all these EdTech startups.
But, you know, as we've seen with all things online, the data privacy concerns, cybersecurity threats, we've seen those instances happen in the past of leaks. That remains a challenge.
That remains a challenge. But as you see with all things online, it's easily scalable as well.
Well, it is scalable, but it's not fully recognized. I mean, would you rather get your B school degree from an IIM or from a recognized school, or would you rather go online to get your so-called postgraduate doctorate?
Well, once I get my B school degree from the IIM, I need to upskill myself, and for that I use EdTech for personalized learning. I get to listen to the professors one-on-one.
Well, these one-on-one, listening sessions you're having, you can have anywhere, because there's a real lack of differentiation. What one player is offering is offered by the second, third and 10th player as well. No differentiation there.
So I go to the one with the cheapest option, and EdTech is definitely cheaper.
What's not cheap is acquiring customers, and we spoke about how to earn every 1 rupee to spend more than 3 rupees. That's a huge negative for the industry.
But you know what's a big positive? The government. They're supporting online learning. So long as that's there, the sector may boom.
Well, but you know, at the end of the day, everything online may not be the best, because you crave real human relationships, real human interactions. The memories you made with your teachers, I mean, some of them have had a profound, impact on your lives.
That doesn't really crave human interaction?
Well, yes, I do, for one. Well, we have to ask the bigger question then, and that is what is going to enable India's EdTech industry to excel in the future? Chaitanya and Roman, both of you, this question to you. Let's start with you, Chaitanya.
Regulatory tailwinds. There's already with NEP a lot of progressive policies are being framed in terms of expanding the gamut of digital enabled education. I think that's only going to increase going forward, even with the goal of improving the GER from 27% upwards of 40%. That's number one. Number two is in terms of with the upskilling or the reskilling opportunity that's there, both by digital transformation and the demand by employers or companies. There's a huge scope and opportunity for working professionals to take upskilling, reskilling courses. I think that's where there's a huge market to be tapped into.
I think AI will play a huge role. People are not realizing it, but education will be one of the biggest sector that gets impacted by AI. And not in the sense of more than disruption. It will be like an enabling factor at least for next 10 to 20 years for the educators, and those who can ride this wave well, like how some educators become very famous on YouTube when YouTube wave came around 2014-15. So last 7-8 years, a lot of educators became very famous who could teach really well online. Similarly, like this will be one of the huge enabling factor. And second, like see, India is a growing country. There are like a lot of different exams. There are a lot of deep penetration is needed to make sure that we get the demographic dividend out of our learners. So this is another thing. We have a young population. There are so many things to they want higher degree, they want higher education, they want skills, they want to crack government exams and so on. So there are n number of opportunities. There has been no better time to start an education company than today.
All right. On that note, Chaitanya, Prateek, as well as Roman, thank you very much for your time here on CNBC-TV18. With that, we've come to an end of this episode. But keep learning, keep watching Mad About Markets.
See you next week.